Hello everyone. I am equal parts excited and terrified to be here today. And I'm not wearing any makeup yet today because you see how this bang situation I got going on? Kelly's on her way to fix that, so she's gonna fix that. She's gonna cut my hair in between live streams this morning. Afterwards, I think I'll put on some makeup and I'll probably have to redo my hair because after she cuts it, it's kind of really poofy and it's rainy outside. So all of the things, right? So I'm so excited if you are able to spend any time at my hastily thrown together May to August new catalog launch and the May online exclusive. So I didn't say that in the right order at all, but that's what we have. And I'm just looking because this, why are you not showing? Okay, it is. Okay. Just checking to see that I could see YouTube over there and make sure that I really was broadcasting because it's been a hot minute. I haven't done live streams. There's been so much going on. I can't believe we're the 23rd of May already. And so far this month, Hardin has had his college graduation. He got an associate's degree. Then he got his high school diploma. In between that, we moved our daughter and her family from different parts of town. Hastily, we thought we had until last week to do that, and turns out we didn't. So it's been pretty busy. Then we had Mother's Day. Just all the things that you probably have going on this month as well. It is a busy, busy time. So appreciate you for taking some time to be with me here today. We got a lot to go through. I'm super excited. I have to give a huge shout out and thank you to my partner in crime, Cindy Westerink, because without her, this would not have been possible. Usually we do our new catalog launch on the same day, and we kind of share the workload a little bit in doing the preparation. And this time she did all of the heavy lifting, guys. All I had to do was change my name in a few places and schedule my posts and then be here live. She's convinced I can do that, so hopefully I can. So let's get started. I think I've given you all of the background and the disclaimers, but I'll just say that I think that we're in a pretty good place these days with our family goings on, so I'm hopefully got a few things scheduled. So so this is our catalog. Let me see if I can straighten this up so we don't all get dizzy. I'll remove the glass mat after this first video, but I want to leave it in place for this first section. So let's talk about what we've got going on. So the posts are scheduled and the live streams are scheduled. If I happen to be a little late for the next one, it's because my haircut has happened in that window of time. So anyway, if you don't have this beautiful catalog and you're not a demonstrator, please let me know. I'll help you get one. You can either add it to your order, and then I will give you $2 in Stampin' Rewards to reimburse you for that addition to your order, or I can mail one to you. So let me know in the comments if you need one, and we'll talk about ways that you can get one. You might notice that the catalog structure has changed as well as the catalog schedule, right? We're accustomed to seeing one annual catalog that goes from early May through the first couple of days of May in the following year. And we have moved to a 3 catalog a year structure. They're all going to be about, 87-ish, 80 to 90 pages like this one is. And we'll have one that runs from May to August, and then one that runs September through December, and then one that runs January to April. Now those days are not exact. Usually there's a hangover, a linger into the following month, but you get the idea. Those are the basics. So this is our beautiful catalog. The basic products that you're used to, the cardstock and embellishments, tools, those will all repeat in each catalog. Some of the very basic tools are actually in the online store and may not be featured in the catalog. You may see some punches that fall into that category. So anyway, so we're going to talk today about the May to August catalog as well as the May online exclusive release. Now that we'll talk about more about what that online exclusive, I really don't like that term, but I haven't figured out what is better than that so far. So let's open this beauty up and see what we have going on. So this first double spread, this is your first look in the catalog at the new 2026 to 2028 in colors, and a little bit of a glance at the new stamp case design. Now, the new stamp case design is only available in the new colors so far. Next year, we will see all of our colors in that new design. And it never fails. You get on camera, you either suck something into your mouth that you didn't want, or your nose starts running. And today, I have like a piece of fur. You know, go figure, I have cats. And I have a shaggy dog, and it's shedding season. So let's look at everything that we have over here. So up in this corner, shimmer brushes. So Wink of Stella, think Wink of Stella on steroids, all 5 in colors. We have shimmer brushes for, and we'll take a look at that just a little bit later in the catalog. Then, oh, hold on. Let me see what else we've got. The new in color ink pads are shown here, and you can get all 5. There's this code here and the price. So this color here, I'm skipping around, Hydrangea Hue. Isn't that gorgeous? Then we have Barely Blush, which is this really light pink color. And we've got samples of this we'll take a look at as we go through the day as well. Peaceful Pine, beautiful color, a green with maybe a little bit of gray to it, in the tone of maybe the Evening Evergreen color that we had a while back that I dearly loved. Crisp Cantaloupe is this color here, and it is, it actually was an in color back many years ago. At least I don't think it's been an in color in the 10 years that I've been, well, actually been in 10 years as a demonstrator, but a little bit longer as a stamper. Then the last color is this Golden Glow. This little guy down here, we have a new impressions plate that is going to make your embossed images much deeper. So we'll take a look. I've got a video that's going to post about that. I don't actually have the impressions plate yet, but you'll see that. Turning the page over, we get Sarah's message, and Sarah has a message that touches my heart, and it probably touches yours as well. It's a very heartfelt message about her mission is to eradicate loneliness, and I know Stampin' Up! Came into my life at a time that is exactly the purpose that it served. And during my time as a demonstrator, I think that I've been able to do a little bit of that as well as we form relationships between our demonstrator team and our customer base. So very important message there. The table of contents. So we've got this broken down into like the ways to craft, the step by step, the quick and easy, creativity your way, and then by suites, bundles, stamp sets, dies, embossing folders, punches, so on and so forth, all down here. The icons that we need to pay close attention to, this pink in, very important because this tells you this is newly introduced in this catalog. That's a great place to start looking, going through the catalog and seeing everything that's new. That's one of the first things that I do. I know Cindy does as well. The multi-language products, the stamp sets that come in multiple languages, are indicated by this icon, English and French. This QR code, when you see a QR code in a page, you can scan that. Open your phone to your camera, hover over, and you'll see a link that pops up, and you can click on that link and go to an area. A window will open with more information either about that product or about the products that are on the page of that catalog. This is a pretty cool thing that we've done in this catalog. Well, I didn't have anything to do with it, Stampin' Up! Did it, but we talk a lot about the coordination of the products, and you might remember some of the things, some of the tools that I've put together in the past. I'm looking for one like this, right? Prior to this catalog, the scrapbook workshop kits, they interacted, they coordinated with the suite, but they didn't appear with the suite. So you had to be on your A game. Well, I had to be on my A game in order to put that piece together. So now you're going to have an opportunity to see that when a product appears in the catalog, if it's a part of a suite or it's a part of a bundle, then that will be reflected, and we'll see that as we go through the catalog, and I'll point that out to you. That's important. That will help us hopefully avoid some double ordering of products, or not taking advantage of the bundled price of a product. Remember, on bundles you save 10% of the combined price. A suite allows you to pick everything in the suite with one item code. Now you still get the discount, the 10% on the bundle. There's no additional discount outside of that, but it's a convenience factor. But you'll just need to, anyway, we'll see that as we go along. But those two icons are very important and new in this catalog. Coming over to the next page, and don't you love how I love the colors here? We're seeing some peaceful pine. This pattern we're going to see in just a few moments. Now we've got some crisp cantaloupe over here, so really reinforcing our knowledge and appreciation for these new colors. So the statement of the heart here, and to love what we do and share what we love as we help others enjoy creativity and worthwhile accomplishments. In this we make a difference. So we see that a lot as demonstrators, and we take it to heart, and we know that it's very true. Okay, so now Stampin' Up! Has a blog. You may not know that Stampin' Up! Has a blog because I've done a poor job of reinforcing this blog, but it's a pretty cool place and something that I want to highlight. I've not updated my web page in quite some time, and I think I'm going to pull in some of the blogs that Stampin' Up! Has to my web page so that you can see that link more clearly. The new rewards program, guys, this is amazing. I love the simplicity of the new rewards program. Back just a year ago, I think, it feels like we've been in this new program for a while now, but we really haven't. Now, any order that you have that is $20 retail or above, you're going to start earning 10% rewards on. And that makes, I'm ordering more often because I don't have to reach $150 to earn rewards back. I'm earning them much sooner. So if you have an email address and you've opted into the rewards program, then you will start earning these rewards. If you're not sure, then please let me know. It's important also that you opt into notifications. That allows us demonstrators to contact you for catalog releases. For example, if you've ordered from me in this last 6 months and you opted into communication, then I'm able to select you as a person to have Stampin' Up! Mail a catalog to you directly. And I know that I've got some customers that I wasn't able to order catalogs for because they had not opted into that piece. If you have any questions about that, please reach out. I will help you with that. The angel policy that Stampin' Up! Has is a reminder that Stampin' Up! Products are trademarked. And if you use Stampin' Up! Products to make and sell something, then you are supposed to use the at Stampin' Up! Trademark, which is included in this stamp set. So there's always a stamp set that includes that trademark to make it easier for us. But this cool little stamp set also has that stamp that we love to put on the back, that this was handmade for you. You can even have, I think there's one that says just for you, and it's a place for you to write your name or your initials. And so that's what this Crafted with Care stamp set does here on the bottom. I do not have that stamp set. I'm holding on to an Angel Policy stamp set from many years ago. Now, turning the page, did I just flip in? Okay. No, I did skip something. This is why I took notes over here. I told you that my anniversary, that I've been a demonstrator for 10 years, I'm a little bit shy of that. I'm actually going to celebrate my 10th anniversary on June 29th, and I'm thinking we need to do something big for that, so stay tuned. I have that in the works. I'm going to tap my good friend Hope Hardy and see what ideas she has for a celebration, because she always makes my ideas so much better. Product of the month. So this started in December of 2025, and basically when a single order that you have in your cart reaches $75 in retail value before shipping, tax, all of that, you have an opportunity to purchase the product of the month for $5, and those are pretty cool. And if you reach that threshold and you're not interested in the current month's product of the month, but one from a previous month is available, if you didn't already purchase that, you may purchase it. Now, you're only going to be allowed to purchase one of each product of the month. That makes us a little sad sometimes, but let's take a look at some of these that are still available and some that we've had in the past, so you know to watch out, what things to watch out for. So the April product of the month is still available, and it is this really sweet die called Eyelet Blooms. And here you can see how it kind of cuts out this image a little bit, and it also provides some lift to the flowers. So mine only recently came. I somehow missed this on one of my April orders, but here it is, just waiting for me to use it. So really pretty Eyelet Blooms. I think this is still one that you can choose. Watch for the little window to pop up to tell you either that you've qualified or that you are X dollars away from earning the opportunity to purchase that product. So that is the, okay, where's my little fold there? There we go. So that was for April. In May, we have some gorgeous vellum, this berry botanical vellum, and mine just arrived, or it just got opened. Maybe I should say it that way. But here it is. It's 12 by 12. Look at this vibrant colors, and see if it tells us the colors on the back. So the colors: Bubble Bath, Flirty Flamingo, Fresh Freesia, Golden Glow, so that's one of our new colors, Hydrangea Hue, also a new color, Misty Moonlight, Peaceful Pine, a new color, Soft Sea Foam, and Strawberry Slush. So we have a mixture of new colors, in colors, colors in the core groups. And you know what? I'm going to do this a little differently because that little sticky bothers me when I go to put this back in the package. So I'm going to attempt to just slide my snips right along here. Okay. And then I can slide these out. This is a huge package of vellum. And so look, you get 3 pages of this. So let's sort it out so you can see. So this is one side. You could use both sides. If you want a softer, more translucent look, you can use the back side. Right? But you've got, what did I say, 3 12 by 12 sheets of that pattern. I love that. And then here's some Fresh Freesia. Isn't that a fun word to say? That's kind of a hand-drawn grid, if you will. How pretty. And then here, and to give you an idea of what, well, that doesn't really give you an idea now, does it? Because these are so similar. We put them side by side. So Here it is. And then here's the reverse. So not a lot of difference in the vibrancy between those two, but Fresh Freesia is a pretty soft color. And then we have another bold pattern and 3 sheets of it. I love working with vellum. I'm so glad that vellum, basic vellum, is back in our inventory. And then the soft side of that too. And then you get to a peaceful pine. Look how gorgeous this is. So let's look at one, the bold side and the frosted side. So pretty. So 3 sheets each, 4 designs in that product of the month. It's pretty good value for $5. And I know the thing is, when it's paper and it's consumable, we want more of it, and that is the that we've had several people ask about why can't I get more, and I don't have the answer for that. I just know that it's a special, and if it sells out, once it sells out, it's gone. But here are the 2 that I know are available right now, and those did post or will post shortly. This was one of the ones, I think this was January, the Fabulous Sayings. I adore this stamp set. I love the font, I love the greetings. I'm definitely using that quite a bit in my crafting, in my limited crafting that's getting done these days, right? Set that over there. Get back to my catalog. So you hear us say, and you've probably said it yourself, that crafting is always better with a friend. If you want to gather friends together and have a craft night, then we can certainly make that happen. There's lots of ideas for doing that. I used to do those pretty regularly in my home. Haven't done that so much in a while, but maybe that will return as we get hardened off to school, and I don't know, I hate to wish my life away. And I don't want to assume that things are going to get more quiet once or my time is going to become more available just because he's moved across the country. Anyway, shop all products online. So I told you we're going to talk about the online exclusives in just a bit. And this online shop that we have, some of these products are products that are not in a catalog at all and never were. Some of them are products that were in a printed publication, but they were so popular that we kept them, but they weren't in a printed catalog anymore. They've moved to the online store. And then some of the staples may be only seen online. So you want to check out that online store with some frequency. If you, the links that are posting with my shopping link, okay, I didn't say that very well at all, but those shopping links will take you to the store, and from there you can select that you want to look at, the online availability. You can go to the kits, you can go to just what's available in that online store. I told you that online exclusives, it makes it really hard for me to explain. Maybe it's just me. The giving back, the day of service day, I love that Stampin' Up! Does that. My company actually does something similar, the company I work for in my day job. But it's, and I love that they share what their day of service was. The office closes, demonstrator support is not available, customer service is not available, because they are that committed to that day of service. New grid paper, that's the whole reason I left my glass mat out. So the traditional grid paper was longer than the glass mat and more narrow. And I might need to back out just a bit so you can see. I don't have this grid paper. Whoops, that's a little bit more than I want to do. Okay, so I can't really get this all on, but the grid paper is 17 by 14, which is the same size as the grid mat. So if you like the glass mat, if you love using this surface, and I do, a glass surface is amazing to stamp on, then the new grid paper is your friend, because it's going to fit on here. You don't have to worry about, you know, stamping half on, half off. And it's got all the measurements for you. And then it still has the area down the side. And you see that? Just like, you know, just kind of like this does. Excuse me. For you to take some notes or scribbles. I know I have been known to write card measurements on the side of my grid paper, and then later on stumble across this old grid paper and try and figure out what on earth I was saving that for. Sometimes it ends up in the trash before I figure it out. Paper Pumpkin is a monthly complete kit that comes to your mailbox once a month. It's a somewhat of a surprise as to what you're going to get. You typically know whether this is cards or it's a home decor or it's gift packaging, and you can purchase this on an ongoing month-to-month basis. It's a subscription, or you can do a prepaid 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, 12 months, and do that. I no longer subscribe to Paper Pumpkin because unfortunately they were stacking up. The kits are so amazing now, I just may have to get them back, and maybe that's something that Hazel and I will look forward to doing every year. Shelly Garner is the co-founder of Stampin' Up. Sarah Douglas is her daughter, one of her daughters, and so Shelly founded the company with her sister, and she's amazing. We love having her appear at our events and on the incentive trips, but she's kind of given us a little glimpse into some of her favorites from the catalog, which that's pretty cool. Shelly has a distinct style it's a lot of fun. So now we're flipping over to kind of this quick and easy, right? So a choreographed experience, and this is, let's see, now I'm jumping ahead. So the kits, the Paper Pumpkin, those would be a quick and easy grab and go. I love to travel with a kit or a Paper Pumpkin because that's something that I can do in my hotel room. The stamp set is there if it's a stamping kit. The block, you get a block with your first Paper Pumpkin. If it's a kit and it's an all-inclusive stamping kit, it's going to come with the block for you. Grab my scissors and maybe some additional preferred adhesive, and I'm good to go. I actually have a to-go bag, if you will, that I take with me. I'll grab the guts of the kit because the box takes up room in my suitcase, and then my to-go kit, and I will craft in the hotel room in the evenings. So that's a great time to do it. The kits I do with Hazel a good bit when she comes over. She loves that feeling of accomplishment. She has something that she can share. We made Valentines this year from previous year's kits and Paper Pumpkins. She kind of mixed that all up and had a lot of fun. So she had Valentines to share with her friends and her family. So introducing that crafting, that love of crafting to these future generations, I feel very strongly about. I know I am the great-granddaughter of a quilter. She quilted by hand. She crocheted by feel. She couldn't read a pattern. If you've looked at my webpage and my story, then you've seen some explanation about those roots. My grandmother was a seamstress. She created a lot of my great-grandmother did as well. My clothes when I was, quite young, back when the world was flat and black and white. But that love of crafting they handed down. Now, my grandmother on the other side was a baker, and she was an entrepreneur. So she shared those with me and created that entrepreneurial spirit in me, that need to give back. The love of baking. I do not bake very much, but my cousin Christy is a master baker. She has pie crust down. She's conquered that fine art, and I wish she lived a little. Well, actually, no. It's probably as good that she is a little far away from me for that, because that could be a problem if she was baking for me with any sort of regularity. I don't have any of the brand new kits with me. Like I said, I've not been on my game, but these are some of the new kits. And I do have these 3 scrapbooking kits, and we're going to look at them multiple times because the coordination tells us you're going to see them here in the quick and easy, and then you're going to see them as well with the suites that they coordinate with. And wait till you see all the coordination this time. But first, I'm just going to look at the scrapbook kits on their own. I want to be mindful of the time. So the first one is Heirloom Boutique. I love these kits. They are so easy to follow, and they create beautiful pages. So this is the Heirloom Boutique. This is how the instructions come. So you get these color photos of the individual pages. You get a description of the photos that you're going to need, the orientation that those photos need to be in, some additional materials that you may want to have on hand. Check out the colors in this, right? Do they look familiar? I couldn't wait to get these because they were the new in colors. So the first thing that you find in the kit are the cutting instructions. So in the designer series paper, that tells you which side of the paper needs to be facing up and then where to make each cut. And it tells you which of the projects you're going to use this in. Makes for easy sorting. There's a change that's coming in July that's going to even streamline this a bit more. So that's pretty darn exciting. But the first thing you do is go through and prep all of your cuttings, sort those into 3 piles. And then when you get to the actual assembly phase, then you see the color page. You have references to those pieces that you've cut or that you've that were die cuts that you're going to use for assembly. You have that. So let's look at what's in here, right? Because there's going to be some two-tone cardstock. There's going to be some designer series paper. Some of that designer series paper is going to be also appear in the Suite collection designer series paper, and some of it is going to be exclusive to the scrapbook workshopping kits. And then there's going to be some two-tone cardstock as well. So here you can see the 2 patterns of this. Looks like we have 1 sheet of that. We have 2 sheets of this one. If the paper is only one-sided, that is our clue that that is going to be our base of our page. So some amazing designs here. So I'm guessing this is going to be one of our bases. This looks very much like a base for the page. Oh, I bet that one is too. How amazing is that? And I'm absolutely correct. And then we have some of the two-tone cardstock. Now, the designer series paper with the sticker sheet is sold. You can purchase that by itself. You can also purchase the combination two-tone cardstock packs, which is great. It's been a great way to build my collection of the two-tone cardstock. Not only does it help me extend my scrapbook kit beyond the 6 pages that I'm going to make, it gives me additional two-tone cardstock to play with in my card making or my other scrapbooking. So here I've got 2 sheets of the, I'm going to call this Barely Blush, is that right? And why isn't it telling me? Yes, there it is, Barely Blush. Okay, I got it right. I'll probably get it wrong from here on out, but got it right once. So here you can see the full color and then the lighter tone. The darker color is your true tone, and then the lighter color is a lighter version of that. So same tone. Then we have a hydrangea hue, as you can see the 2 tones there. This golden glow, which I have used a bit of. Got swap cards to show you in just a little bit. We have a sheet of the Peaceful Pine, and then we have several sheets of the White Willow two-tone. No, actually I don't think it's two-tone. that would be silly. All right. Oh, but I did forget. Actually, no, I forgot. Hold on. I got ahead of myself. So, okay. So here we have some die cuts. The awesome thing about these, one of the awesome things is that on the back of them, they tell us which project we're going to use them for. A lot of times I put those on dimensionals on my page. So 2 sheets of those. Then these are stickers that we're going to use. Not crazy about the term stickers for these. These are very sturdy, adhesive backed die cuts. That would be a much better way to say that, because they are. They're very, very sturdy. And then you learn where to use those. Okay, now we'll talk more about the coordination of those in a bit. You also get your photo placeholders, so that if your photos are not ready to go when you put your pages together, you can use these placeholders, which can then become mats for your photos when you add them. So that is the Heirloom Boutique. I want to watch the time. Okay. So we'll take, now that I've seen the components, we'll go a little faster through the other 2 that we have. And next up is Life in Bloom. Lots of gorgeous greens in this. So these beautiful, my favorites, purple and green. And pages. Gorgeous, gorgeous. Okay, so let's look at the designer series paper that's coming with it. So 2 sheets of that. 2 sheets of this lovely leaf pattern, and kind of a golden glow grid on the other. Failed to look at the colors included in this. Isn't that beautiful? That is probably, well, could be a base, maybe not. That's really pretty. Then this watercolor wash. Looks like that is going to be a base. I'm calling it a base, but that doesn't sound right. Then this one looks like it's going to be a base. This beautiful Blackberry Bliss. I'm going to call that Crumb Cake a base. And then we've got some two-tone cardstock. Yeah, I'm going to have to look at my colors. Looks like Secret Sea. Yeah, I don't know. But they're gorgeous. So there they are on the dark. Here they are on the lighter. And a white. And then, oh my goodness, look at these. So lots of journal boxes with this. 2 pages. How gorgeous. Now look, so I'm guessing you're going to use the grid, and then you've got all of these punched out pieces that you could use somewhere else. So don't waste those. Your photo placeholders, and then these are the stickers. Guys, family and friends, treasure this. I love these greetings. Love grows here. I love days like this. And this beautiful watercolor floral. And once we start looking at the sweets, which we're going to look at in 2 parts. There's a lot of sweets in this catalog, and so we're going to actually break them up into 2 parts. And you're going to find that I have pieces and parts of some of them, maybe most of them, given that I've got the scrapbook heads. Okay, this last one is called Extraordinary Life. So here are the pages, cutting designs, left page, right page, left page. I like doing this. There are almost always techniques associated with this that you learn along the way. The virtual album retreat, we've now done 2 of those. Absolutely amazing, so worth the $250 price tag. And we're actually going to break that up. If you purchase that workshop kit for the virtual album retreat from me, then we will get together. There are 10 2-page spreads that go along with that, and we're going to get together over 10 months and do those together. We'll start in June, I think. If you don't want to, if you purchase the kit but you've worked ahead and don't have that to work on, you can either work ahead or bring some other scrapbooking project that you're working, and I will have the base supplies to share. Love this, black and white on one side, colorful on the other. And here are some of the bases, and then the 2-tone cardstock that we have. So even if you're not a scrapbooker, the supplies, the coordination that go along with this, they may interest you. You can use the die cuts and the adhesive back die cuts in your card making. You can use them in your pocket pages. I've got a pocket page album that I'm going to show you a little bit of too. These are the die cuts, lots of butterflies and hearts. And here you have your photo placeholders, and then the adhesive back sticker sheet. The colors: basic black, daffodil delight, flirty flamingo, lemon lolly, lost lagoon, petal pink, pool party, pretty peacock, real red, timid tiger, and white willow. When the scrapbook workshop kits first came out, I did several right away and filled a complete album. I had 36 double pages, double page layouts just from those scrapbooking workshops. So it's a great way to catch up or stay current on your scrapbooking. Okay, so that was a lot, and we're only on page 9. Okay, coming up, I love this page because if you are new to crafting, this is great. This is where you want to start. It shows you with just a few simple basics that you can be creative. This is how you stay, maybe you've done the kits and you're ready to move on just a little bit. Okay, so now you're going to add a paper trimmer, more adhesives, maybe a punch, maybe some of the Color Family cardstock, the designer series paper. Then we've got some ephemera and some stamp sets, some basic stamp sets to work with, and then embellishments. So this is a great place to get some ideas of what you need to get started, to move beyond the kits. Now the kits are amazing, and you may stay with kits. That may be your jam. That's absolutely fine. I'm a very basic stamper, so I am using more and more of the ephemera. That's not something that I was really, I really didn't know what to do with that at first, but I'm getting a little more comfortable with that. They're helping us out because we used it on stage. So just a few pieces from this page that they have, the Sending Salutations stamp set, and you can see that it has an N telling us that it is a new product. The Regals Painted Patterns Designer Series paper. I don't have the Regals, but I do have the N colors, and we should probably look at that a little bit later. We're running close to time. Yeah, you know what? I'm just going to tease you and tell you that these are amazing. They're 12 by 12. These have been 6 by 6 in the past, and I love that they are 12 by 12 this time. At Onstage in California, we've got the Sincerely Noted Mix and Match ephemera, and then we actually made a few cards with it and some other products. So just a really simple, hey there friend. I need to do thank you cards for Hardin. The kits and then these really basic cards, ephemeras, and this is the perfect place to do those thank you cards for him. They don't need to be elaborate. He's not going to want them to be elaborate, but between the kits and things like this, the ephemera, I can do some amazing, perfect for him thank you cards to send out to those that have given him gifts for graduation. Then here's some mix and match ideas. And guys, I've had some of our very avid stampers ask, hey, let's recreate this card. It's bright, it's bold, how fun is this? A basic punch and 2 sets of Stampin' Dots to give you some basic colors to do these types of cards, to give you a taste of the ink. Rather than invest in like 10 ink pads, you can invest in 2 sets of ink spots and have a lot of colors that you're going to use again and again. Along the bottom, you even get some template ideas for cards and scrapbook pages. And you can, those are interchangeable, guys. A scrapbook page can easily become the jumping off point for a card, and vice versa. It gives you an idea of some other products that are available in this quick and easy lineup. So I'm going to stop there. Kelly should be here any minute to cut my hair. So I'll be back after that, all bold and beautiful, right? Well, maybe. We'll see. Thanks for jumping in with this first session. Don't forget to comment on the posts. There are posts that are going to appear throughout the day in my Facebook group. If you're not a member of that group, the link is in the YouTube live description, so you can jump over there. You can jump in and request to join. It is a private group. Your comments are your tickets to door prizes. What am I forgetting? Well, let's see what's posted so far. So far, the agenda, so the schedule for the live videos, the live streams has appeared. Remember that next one, don't anticipate being late. I'll go first in the lineup for haircuts this morning, but anyway, that I've only have an hour. So so that is posted. This live stream is posted in just a few moments. Oh my gosh, there's some, the product, I'm going to come back and we'll talk about the product mixer, the craft class, paper mixer class. We'll talk about that in the next video. There's a scavenger hunt that's going to post in just a few moments. And then a post about the product of the month is going to post before I come live again. So please comment on Facebook, on YouTube, they all count. So, and I will see you back here, hopefully in just over an hour. If I'm live, I'll try and, if I'm late, I'll try and post that, hey, I'm running a few minutes late, so that you know. So thanks so much, everybody, for being here. Your comments keep me going, so please comment, let me know that you're here, and I'll see you again soon. Bye-bye.